Balin, and this is Off the Tusk. My guest this evening is the Western Region's Ru'cabur, also the host of Tal Talks, also on the Gurreck channel, Tal Bev Stormreaver. Welcome.
I'm excited.
It's fun to finally get to do this particular episode of Off the Tusk because I've been on a couple of panels with you on Tal Talks, so it's nice to, in the vernacular of the evil genius, the tables have turned.
Yeah, it's weird to be on this side of this.
So I'll do my best to make it as painless as possible.
Bring it.
Maybe have a little bit of fun with it. But a lot of these things I already know, but I love to get the information out there. What got you into the Mercs?
It was actually a ton of stuff. But I ultimately will give credit in particular. I'm always driven to return to the community, to help the community, to help kids in particular. I have a bunch of small reasons, but I'm going to give credit actually to Tony Johnson and to the Varang clan that used to be just out of El Paso when I started. And the reason I'm giving them credit is that Tony was the one who really pushed me to become official, not be an unofficial member who sort of sat on the fence. But I started down this road with the intention that I was not a cosplayer, and that if I was going to do something, be it with my love of Star Wars, that it was going to be something that benefited the world. And this is the avenue I chose. And come on, we're Mercs. We get to customize. So
that's customization brings up a good point. I was talking to our regional commander very recently, and he made a really fantastic reference that I want to bring up when we talk about your kit, is that some people, we don't have kits, we have canvases.
Mm-hmm.
And so talking about customization, what led you to your character's overall feel and aesthetic?
Well, I trooped as a family. So my whole family was going to be Mando. So everybody, we picked the family color, which was purple. So it's Stormreaver purple. And then everybody kind of picked another color. Well, my favorite color was blue, which seemed the obvious color to use. But my youngest daughter picked blue. So I said, oh, I'll go with teal, and that's fine. But overall, when it comes to theme, I knew that my style of trooping, my style of interacting with the public was going to be geared toward children, in the fact that I wanted to be as interactive with them as I can. I wanted to be able to kneel. I wanted to be able to run. I wanted to be able to goof off with them. Whatever it was that the kids were going to do, I wanted to be like neck deep and running around and being crazy like a kid. So I went with a very simple, I call it the KISS Mando, keep it simple, silly. So I have a very simple Mando. I have a Mando where like even my gauntlets are kind of more smooth. I have a lot more cloth and it's minimal sharp edges because I wanted to be able to interact with kids. I wanted to kneel down. My helmet has been, this is the thing I say because it's the truth, is that my helmet has been photographed more on children than on me, because that's the kind of Mando I wanted to like live into being a merc. So simple. I'm a simple Mando.
Well, I would disagree with that aspect. You are far from simple. You're quite a complex individual. You bring a lot to every clan you've been with, the region. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about that regional aspect, because you hold the same position both for the region that you do as you do for Gurreck clan, and that is Ru'cabur. That is a relatively new position within the Mercs. It's only been, I think this is the second year that position's been in existence. Mm-hmm. So, and I swear, the first time I read it, I was like, okay, I know someone that this would benefit or would be written for. Unfortunately, that person was not in my clan. And then the next time I really looked at it, that person happened to be in my clan and happens to be on the other end of this interview. So talk about being the Ru'cabur for Gurreck and for the region.
So Ru'cabur's, the first line states that you're a historian, that you're the keeper of history. But when you actually read the description more, it becomes more complex. So you are the person who helps keep morale, feelings of goodness, and keep people focused on things that are important to why we do this work. And for me, when I read it, as somebody who is a chaplain and who does that work in my real life, in Darth's real life, I read it to fit very closely with what I do in my real life. So going and making sure that people are happy if there's a minor, conflict, or maybe if they're struggling with something, remind them of the importance of what we're doing. Help remind them of the great things that the club has accomplished and the club can accomplish. And just sort of like circling that back to the importance of the joy that we bring and the joy that you can receive from doing this work. And that's really kind of what the Ru'cabur does. Now, at a regional level, it's a lot more difficult in the sense that not every clan has a Ru'cabur yet. I'm hoping to change that because I think it's a vital role with sustaining, and this is how I'm going to say it, with sustaining people in the club for years and years and years. You and I have trooped for a very long time, and I'd like for every, get our walkers out. But I'd like for every Mandalorian merc who becomes a Mandalorian merc to troop for 10, to troop for 15 years, to troop for 20 years, because it's rewarding. But sometimes you need somebody who can be the voice of, hey, are you doing okay? What's going on with you? And maybe help them through some of that. At the regional level, it's more about, like, because it's new and people don't know really what to expect from me, right now it's more about me reaching out to them and talking about, like, I'm doing the history of the clans for the Western region and getting to know the clans and just letting them know that I'm here and that I'm willing to help in any way that they'll let me. And that's really what it is. It's this the let me situation, because everybody's still kind of learning what that means to be the Ru'cabur. And for me, since I live this and I believe in it, it's pretty easy for me to just be like, if you don't contact me, it's okay. I will still be here to care for you and to still try to track history and try to motivate you. And, that's my take on it anyway.
Well, you do phenomenal for us, so we'll keep you.
Oh, okay.
And we'll fight to keep you as long as we can. So talking about, it's a family thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
I know, and someone I'll be getting very soon, your sister is also a member of the club.
Mm-hmm.
Your children were vertica within the club,
mm-hmm.
and hopefully we'll get them back in now that they're both approaching the full age.
I know.
But what's it like trooping with, and I've talked to some other people about husband and wife trooping. Well, what's it like trooping with your sister? I mean, because that's not even a matter of you got to go home together, but you still have to see each other at Thanksgiving as well as at the event.
I think that's probably been the greatest gift. And one of the things about this is, so I kind of drug her into the club. I'm going to let her tell her version of that story. I was in Alor'ad back when Alorads got to pick their Veralors, and I really wanted her to be my Veralor, but she wasn't official yet. So I kind of drug her across the finish line. And again, I'll let you ferret out that story. But I was because my sister is dynamic, intelligent. She's the smarter, like I always tell her, she's the smarter, better version of me in every way. We're a good yin and a good yang on a lot of things. And she took to being a merc like a duck to water. And when I went back to school to work on my master and PhD in divinity, I kind of stepped back from doing Alor'ad duties and just being a regular merc for about 3 years. And during those 3 years, I kind of laughed because she went on to be an Alor'ad and found a new clan. Mm-hmm. And then she has gone on to do amazing other things. But one of the things that I think is just genuinely beautiful about our family, about the Stormreaver family, because we all have the same last name, is that my sister and I are Stormreavers, and then I have 2 daughters. So they're Stormreaver sisters as well. And we have a family crest and we have a family color. And it's just something that we nerdy do together. And I think it's one of the best gifts that I got out of the club is that she and I share this thing. And actually it was funny because not till recently had I even talked to my dad about the fact that we, our parents, that we had even really done this thing. And I was like, oh no, Dad, you really need to talk to Candace because she does amazing, amazing things for the club at an international level. And you would be so proud of her. And he was like, really? okay. My dad doesn't get it as much, but I'm proud of my sister.
Well, and your sister is an awesome individual. I've had the pleasure to work with her a little bit. Not as much as I would like, and not as much as I've gotten to work with you lately, because again, it's one of those things. If I got to used to work with you a little bit, but that's a story for, I think, for another episode.
Texas.
South Central region. But let's talk about something else that's a little fun, and you always cut this out of Tal Talks. Let's talk about your favorite trooping moment.
Oh, I have so many. I'm not telling that story. Let's see. Hold on. I have so many. What's a good trooping moment? Oh, gosh. Baelin, I have so many. And that's the truth. You accumulate them and you have moments. I'm not going to talk about any celebrities because I don't want to like cash in on that for this. I've met a lot of celebrities. I have had amazing moments with celebrities, but genuinely the moments that sustain me are the moments around kids. And that's the truth. So everything that I do is centered around making the most for a kid, the next kid I'm going to interact with. So I'm not going to give you a single moment. What I'm going to tell you is I'm always thinking about it. So I'm working on, for example, give me your
quote. Give me your line.
Kids, not cons, people. Kids, not cons. So I'm working on a bowcaster, and something got broken on it. And I realized, at first I was devastated. There were tears. And then I went, you know what? That means it's not kid friendly. And I went back and I revamped what I was working on about it. And I want it to be kid friendly. And I'm pretty sure it's going to get broken by a kid at some point while trooping, this bowcaster. Because the first thing I'm going to do is put my helmet on a kid, and then I'm going to hand him my giant bowcaster so mom and dad can take a picture.
You know what? The best way to test for that is just hand it over to Cruiser, and he'll fumble finger it and test it. He's going to kill me for that. But
he won't even notice.
Either that or he'll be like,
true, it's totally true.
Oh, got it composed. So, you ever have a train of thought just completely fly away?
It derailed?
Yeah, completely. I was like, shit, I had somewhere I was going with that. Kids not cons.
Kids not cons. Kids not cons. Kids not cons. Kids not cons. Kids not cons.
Tal Bev the musical. All right, so okay, we can talk. So, speaking of talking about the fact that you were an Alor'ad back in Varang clan back in Texas, and now you're Ru'cabur. So you've kind of gone from herding cats to shepherding cats. I don't know if there's too much of a difference between the two. Which one have you preferred?
I prefer the Ru'cabur position. I think. Okay, so much like being the president or having any true position of authority, the person who wants the job may not be the best person for that job. When I became the Alor'ad, it was Tony Johnson coming to me and saying, hey, I think you're the best person in the clan to do the job. And I was so scared, and I was like, I don't think so. And then I did it. I loved it. I think I was okay at it. And then I had to step back. I have enthusiasm for this club that's never waned, but I did have to step back for school. And then I got to step into being a Ru'cabur, and a Ru'cabur fits my personality a lot better. When they joke, I'm one of those people. I'm a care tender of people. I'm a shepherd of people. I'm gonna try to feed you, like that. If you come to my house, I'm gonna be like, here's some food, here's some drink, because that's who I am. So the Ru'cabur is kind of the Mandalorian version of that, captured in an officer's job, and that's how I am. I want to sustain somebody's soul for the club, somebody spark the flame that makes them get up and troop and makes them motivated to troop. I want that flame to not just necessarily become a bonfire, but to stay lit for as long as possible. So whether that's refilling their, whatever metaphor you want to use, refilling their cup refilling the oil so the flame stays lit, you know, whatever that is. I want to help as many people who become Mandalorian mercs to stay in this club as long as possible, because what they put into it is what they're going to get back, and they may not know that for a while.
Fair enough. So we've come to one of my favorite parts of the Off the Tusk interview, the lightning round.
Oh no.
You know how this works. You were behind the scenes for the very first one of these. So, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
The ever popular first question, Boba or Django?
Boba.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I forgive you. So, A-Wing, Y-Wing?
X-Wing.
Okay. Death Star or Star Destroyer?
Ooh, Star Destroyer.
Admiral Akbar or Admiral Raddus?
Akbar.
Leia or Rey?
Leia.
Han or Luke?
Han. He shaped every man I ever dated. Like
Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon?
Obi-Wan. Also a dating shaper.
And so many things I've learned in the last 30 seconds. And last but not least, Return of the Jedi or Return of the Sith?
Okay, hold on. I am an eternal optimist, so why don't you answer the question? Because you know which one it's going to be.
Oh, this is my
right.
view.
Return of the Jedi. Always.
Some people may be very unhappy with me, but actually Return of the Jedi is of all 9 saga movies, Return of the Jedi is my favorite.
Mine too. It's my number one.
That's number one, and I won't say how low Empire ranks, but let's just say it's not in my top 5.
My least popular is an unpopular choice. My least popular Star Wars film, because they're all Star Wars and I love them all. But if I have to rank them, my least popular is many people's top popular, and that's, what is it? The Rogue One.
Really?
Anyway.
Rogue One is one that I have liked. Every time I've watched it, I like it more.
I respect it, and it's still Star Wars, which means that it's better than pretty much everything else out there.
Fair enough. But yeah, I've said this before. No Star or bad Star Wars is better than no Star Wars. So I'll even watch the holiday special again.
Oh, I've seen it now. I used to watch the Ewok Adventures, man, as a kid.
I don't care what anybody says; they're still canon.
That's right.
I don't care. So this is, we're approaching the end.
Oh.
Is there anything that you would like to share, some wisdom you'd like to share with the foundlings out there, that nugget of knowledge from Tal Bev of whatever?
My nugget of knowledge comes from the fact that I have helped a lot of foundlings become official. Actually, a shockingly large number. That was kind of what I did as an Alor'ad. So what I'm going to say, my piece of advice is this. When you submit, understand that you're going to get a kickback. Just accept every time you submit, I don't care if it's your first time or your fourth time, that you're probably going to get a kickback, and try really hard not to take that personally. Try to step outside of your heart, because this is a work of heart. Your kid is a work of heart. But try to step outside of that place and look at what they're telling you. And by them, I mean the application team. Look at what they're trying to tell you and look at maybe why. And then the second thing that goes with that is, once you get official, troop the heck out of your kit and adjust as you need to. Knowing that maybe when you troop it, you're going to find that there are things that rub the wrong way, that shake the wrong way, and adjust as you need to. But try not to take any of the criticism into your heart. That would be my advice.
Fair enough. Good advice too. Very sound advice. So on that note, Tal Bev, thank you so much for spending the evening with me. Let me rephrase that one. Tal Bev.
Kelly knows it's okay. We're all right.
I appreciate your time. I'm Baelin, and this has been Off the Tusk.